Hello, today we're on Tier Maker again, and we will be making a tier list of car brands. So we have Acura. I'm gonna say B tier. This one's gonna be a short video since we only have a couple. Acura is like B tier. It's not that good. Alfa Romeo, I would say. Acura B, D tier. Then Alfa Romeo would be B tier. Is that American Motors? What is that? I've seen that brand before. I forget what it is. I know they make some nice cars, nice like American classics, B tier. I have no idea what this one is. I'll just say E. Audi, B tier. Bentley would be B tier. BMW's mid, C tier. Bugatti, A tier. Buick. I mean, they made some nice cars in the 80s, but they like fell off. Now they make boring cars for soccer moms. D tier. Cadillac made a lot of nice cars in the 50s. Now they make luxury cars. I would say C tier. Chevy, I would say B tier. They've always made nice cars, but they've never been the nicest. Is that Chrysler? Chrysler kind of got carried by Dodge. Once they teamed up with Dodge, they started making nice cars like the SRT 8300. Besides that, they've always made boring cars, so I'd say E tier. Is that Citroen? I think it is. F tier. That's Corvette. I guess Corvette would be... no, Bugatti's S, and then I guess that'll be A. Dacia. I don't know what the... I've heard of it. Make boring cars. F tier. Daihatsu. I think that's a motorcycle company. If they make cars. F. I don't even know what that is. What does that say? Let me try to read that. Yeah, I can't read that. I don't know what that is. DMC made the DeLorean and then they fell off. D. Ram. They've always made nice cars. C tier. They kind of got carried by Dodge. Wait, I don't see Dodge on this. Unless if I'm blind, which I already know I am, but... Okay, we'll just use Chrysler as Dodge then. In that case, I hate to not put it in S because it's my favorite brand, but A tier. I don't know what that is. F tier. Ferrari, A tier. They just gotta stop suing people. Actually, no, they made some of the nicest cars in the 90s and 2000s. Fiat, they kind of got carried by Abarth, E tier. Ford, B tier. GMC, E tier. The GMC Jimmy is really the only nice-ish car. Gumpert, the Apollo, A. They need to make more cars, though. Honda, they make alright cars, C tier. Hyundai, F tier. Jaguar made some nice cars in like the 60s. And now they make boring grocery getters. Like, I don't even care when I see Jaguars on the road anymore. Oh, I forgot about the XJ220. Alright, that puts them up to B tier. Jeep makes decent cars. They just make very nice dailies. C tier. Lamborghini, S tier. Lancia, I mean, they only really made rally cars in the 80s, and then they just like stopped making cars. Well, they made a few cars in the 2000s, but they were like the ugliest cars ever. B tier just because of their rally heritage. Land Rover made nice cars in the 70s and 80s. After that, they like made really boring cars. E. Lexus. They made the LFA. That's the only decent car that they made. C, just because of the LFA, Nürburgring, and the LFA. Lincoln. They made the Continental. That's the only nice car they made. E. Actually, no, D. Lotus. B. Do I really need to say anything? B. Maserati. As soon as they drive off the lot, they got carried by Ferrari. They have Ferrari engines. And as soon as they drive off the lot, they lose $120,000 in value, which I'm surprised they even try to sell them for $120,000. Because the only thing I'd pay for a brand new Maserati would be $5 and a Big Mac, a half-eaten one at that. I would say D, since they made some nice cars in like the 60s. Mazda. They made the RX-7 and RX-8, the RX-3, and the Cosmo. Those are the only decent cars they made. I'm trying to think of a modern car that I like. Can't think of one. It means boring. C, D. C. McLaren. S tier. They made the F1, the P1, the Senna, Sabre. They just made so many nice cars. The Elva, the Arda, 765 LT, 600 LT. List goes on and on. How many good cars they made. Mercedes, 300 SL, only like their nicest car. They made the SLS. The AMG GT, and the AMG Project 1. I'd say B tier. Mini, boring, E tier. No, GMC needs to be E tier. I have no idea. Mitsubishi, they made very nice cars in the I'm trying to remember if they made nice cars in the 80s. Don't think they did. I think it was just like early 2000s and 90s. So I mean, I'd say B tier because the Evo. Evo was very, very nice. Nissan, they made the GTR. I would say that puts them in a solid A tier since they're so much better than Mitsubishi. Although I don't really know if they compete with Dodge and Gumpert and Corvette. Put them back here. Oldsmobile. I mean, RIP to Oldsmobile, but like their cars are the 60s and 70s for the 69 and 70 442 best cars they've made. Beautiful cars. I'd say B tier, or not C tier. Although I feel like they're better than Ram and I feel like they're better than all of this stuff besides Ram and Jeep. Okay, we got Opel. Opel's boring, F tier. Pagani, S tier. Pagani might even be the best out of all these. Alright, so Peugeot. E tier just because the 205. The Plymouth. Oh my god, the Cuda. The Cuda puts them in A tier. Pontiac. Only good cars they made, GTO and Fiero, which Fiero isn't even nice. C tier. Porsche. B tier. A tier. Renault. Never really made any nice cars. Rimac. They smashed so many different records. I think that just puts them in A tier. They need to make more cars though. They are a new brand, so can't really bash them for making one car or two cars. However many they made. Rolls-Royce. Luxury. That's all I have to say. Saab. They made some quirky cars, so E tier. Subaru WRX. Nothing else needs to be said. Ooh, 22B though. The Seat. I've never heard of that. Skoda. Heard of that once. Smart. Does anything need to be said? Tesla. I just hold a grudge against them. What is this? I don't know. If I've never heard of the company, they instantly go in F tier because that means they're not very successful. At least in the US. Alright, Toyota. Toyota Corolla. Okay, we got nice cars they made. Supra, MR2. B tier? B tier. Is that Opel? No. Maybe? No. Holden? Maybe. If it's... I don't know. I don't know what that is, so that... If it's Holden, then... it goes with Chevy. Holden is basically Chevy. Holden goes with Chevy. If that's Holden, B tier. VW. Weird cars. D. Volvo. Somebody needs to make a bottom gear episode where they try to kill God with a Volvo. I think it will work. And the Volvo won't get a single dent. D or C? I say C tier. Oh, W Motors. Solid W. S tier. Lykan Hypersport and Fenner Supersport. Zenvo. They made one car that I know of. And it's beautiful. A tier. Alright, so let me know if you disagree with anything and where you would put something. And goodbye.